All right, guys, welcome to another edition of Stoppage Time. I'm Carmine Bianco of WagerTalk.com. With me is Nick Borrman of Sports Memo and Paulie Laguretos of WagerTalk.com. This is a special one-off video. We're only going to talk about one game here, and it's one of the big games, obviously, for next week. We're recording this on Thursday, December 12th, but this is for December 18th, which is the El Clasico. Barcelona, Real Madrid are playing at Camp Nou. This is a round 10 game, even though they're in the league right now. I think they're 15 games in. This is a game that was postponed because of a lot of the political unrest that's going on in Spain. So this was a rescheduled game now being played. There was talk in the media and in the news that they had 200,000 people who were talking about protesting again and possibly suspending this game. Hopefully that is not the case. So I'm going to discuss it with both you guys. I love these games. Any of the big games in Europe, whether it's Man City, Liverpool, the Italian Derby with Juventus and Inter, whether it's Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich, and of course this one, which I think is always the biggest one, Barcelona, Real Madrid, two teams that are atop the La Liga standings right now, with 34 points each, and it's a big game. They're both into the next round of the Champions League. Barcelona in this game is minus 150. Real Madrid is plus 375. The draw is plus 300, and the total in this game looks to be 3.5. It's a split line. I think it's likely to close at that number. I want to go to Nick first. Nick, what are your thoughts on this game? Both the teams, as I mentioned, come off of midweek Champions League games, but obviously with this being on the 18th, on the Wednesday, they'll get in a weekend game as well too. So this will be like the third game in 7 days for these teams. What are your thoughts?
Well, luckily for both teams, you mentioned the Champions League. Neither one had their full lineups going this past match in the Champions League. Barcelona impressively knocked out Inter Milan without Messi and Suarez and a lot of their top guys in the lineup. So as far as fitness goes going into this match, I don't expect anything crazy as far as resting or people having fatigue issues. I think the only injury we have to really worry about is Hazard, as he's expected still to be out for this match for Real Madrid. But otherwise, both teams are playing well. But to me, Barcelona at home, they can be another player a lot of times, and they are playing, in my opinion, very, very well. Really, they're healthy. Messi's, missed a lot at the beginning of the season. They've had injuries all year long, and you look at their game results recently. It's win, and they look even trying. I don't want to say that, but they always perform well. They get to the end of the year. They win the league, several games to go. It's the Champions League that tends to trip them up over the years. And at home, how do you and at down is 135. So I think right now there's still value on Barcelona at home. It's at 3/4 of a goal. A goal you don't think it will. I think you're right. It probably stays where it is. If it does get to a goal, I probably wouldn't jump on Barcelona. It'd be tough for them to necessarily win by 2. But I do like Barcelona at home. Madrid, like I said, they're playing well as also at the moment. They're not no losses in their last 10 games. But if you kind of look at their those last 10 games, really the only quality opponent during that stretch was PSG in the Champions League. Otherwise, most of their opponents were pretty weak. Question, how that run really is for them. Barcelona, they had a strong win at Atletico Madrid a couple games back. So they've had a little bit, I think, tougher schedule over the period. But overall, I think Barcelona at home is just a little better than what Real Madrid's going to be able to put on the field. And, over the last 6 head-to-heads, Real Madrid has not won a single match. Barcelona has 4 wins along with 2 draws. And trying to look back any further is not really fair. I mean, that was back to Ronaldo and the 3 straight Champions League winning teams that Madrid had. So more recently, without Ronaldo on there and with the lineups that Madrid has had the last couple seasons, Barcelona's owned this matchup. And I think if it stays where it is right now, I think there's decent value there. Of course, like I said, if it moves quite a bit, to the 160, 170, and you see a full goal come out, I think maybe you lose a little bit of that value. But I'm liking Barcelona here at home, guys.
Yeah, obviously, when we think about these El Clasicos of times past, there was always the focus was always Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, Ronaldo's now with Juventus. And you look back at other than the Copa del Rey. The last time these 2 teams met, Messi did not play in that game. That's when he had the broken hand, and Barcelona still handed Real Madrid a 5-1 defeat, a big one. So it's not lost on them what they can do at Camp Nou. These teams just seem to be. Before I go to Paulie, these teams just seem to be motoring along, and it's really going to be interesting to see. Again, we're filming this on December the 12th, but on Monday, which is 2 days before this game takes place, will be the Champions League draw. I'm going to be in Punta Cana, but I was going to be watching the draw on my iPad to see who these teams draw, because a team like Real Madrid, not to go off on a tangent, Real Madrid are going to have a tough round of 16 draw. They're either going to get Liverpool, Man City, Juventus, Bayern Munich, or Red Bull Leipzig. The conspiracy theory in me says that they're going to get Red Bull Leipzig because this competition is great to have a team like Real Madrid in the round of 8, the semifinals, or even the finals. Year in, year out, I see the comments on the Champions League draw Twitter feed and the Champions League YouTube feed, and it's always the haters of Real Madrid who say, you guys you had the draw fixed or what have you. I don't believe in that, but there's some really funny videos on YouTube if you're a conspiracy theorist. So it'll be interesting to see who Real Madrid draw on Monday. It's very tough for them in the sense of they're going to have to play the away leg, the second game away. So they're going to need whoever they play to get a result at home. It's very difficult to go on the road in leg 2 and win. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, Barcelona are better off in the round of 16, being able to play that second game at home. We've seen what happens to Barcelona when they have to play that second game on the road. Not so great the last couple of years, Liverpool, and the year before that, Roma. Maybe if they get by the round of 16 and make it into round of 8, Ernesto Valverde can figure out what kind of a lineup to put out there for his team. He's kind of failed with that the last couple of years. But getting back to this game, Paulie, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to start off with the conspiracy theory you said about the Champions League draw. This big ball, the little balls inside, and they do this thing, and then they'll try to pick a ball, and they say Real Madrid plays with that team. There was someone who said that some of the balls were put in the freezer, so the guy who was picking them knew exactly which ones to pick. he would pick the cold ones. So that's how they fixed the draws. But I don't have any proof of that. But it's just an interesting story. Now, looking at this match, I'm gonna go to this weekend where both teams, both Barcelona and Real Madrid, they both play on the road, and they're both very competitive matches because Barcelona are playing on the road against Real Sociedad. They are currently fourth in the La Liga. They haven't done much in the previous years, but this season they are very, very good. They're a Basque team from the they're like a minority in Spain. They're very proud of their heritage, and they play very strong in their home matches. So this is definitely going to be a tough match for Barcelona. But if you look at Real Madrid, they also have a tough match, also on the road against Valencia, who are they're always tough to beat when they play against Real Madrid because Real Madrid have only won once there in the past 5 years. So that's not going to be easy for Real Madrid either. Why do I say that? I say that because both teams played on the road in the Champions League this week. They'll both play on the road, very tough matches during the weekend. So when they actually do play against each other in the El Clasico, the home team has the advantage, and the home team is Barcelona. They do have the advantage anyway because, as Nick said, they're playing really good this season. Messi is having a really solid year. Real Madrid, they have coach Zidane back, and we know from the past that he doesn't get along with Gareth Bale a lot. So with Hazard out, he's gonna have to shuffle the deck a bit. And even though Real Madrid do have a lot of quality in the flanks, they have Vinicius Junior, they have this other youngster Rodrigo who is doing very well. I'm not sure what starting lineup Zidane will choose to use, but I think Barcelona have the upper hand in this match because I'm gonna agree with Nick on this one. In the past 6 or 7 matches, Barcelona have lost only once. No, they are undefeated. I think this is gonna be one of the matches that will determine the title, most likely. Barcelona, I think they're more healthy. They're more healthy right now at this point in the season, but I don't expect Real Madrid to go down that easily. I mean, I expect them to score because Barcelona do not keep a lot of clean sheets this season, and I think it's going to be another one of those goal fests because the last 16 matches in this venue with Barcelona as hosts had goals from both sides. So I think it's going to be a goal fest. So let me see what's the line on the
I'm
goals.
seeing the total right now at 3.5 in this game. Obviously there are some books out there that may have like a flat 3 on this game where you're paying about 30 cents juice. And that might not be a bad way to go in that sense. If you like the total, taking the option of the 3 and paying like let's say like the 30 cents juice. Just because you have the insurance of a push if it lands on 3, obviously, when if you're taking the over and you're taking 3.5, and you're laying like 110, and it finishes 3, you're obviously losing half of your wager and pushing half your wager. So I would be inclined to take the 3. Decimal point wise, it's 1.775 for any of the Europeans watching it who are more accustomed to the decimal point angle with regards to the total here. If you really think that there's going to be goals, then you just take the over 3.5, and you're getting plus 110 on your money. So that's not a bad way to go either if you're expecting some goals. And I do believe both teams are going to score in this game. There's the option of you can take both teams to score. Lay $1.88. I think it's minus 188 for both teams to score. And I think we're going to see goals from both teams. I'm hoping it's a good game. These ones usually are. In rivalries like this with two teams that really want to win, and especially winning on like what I'll call it foreign soil, winning away, it is so huge for the traveling ultras that are there at the games and such. And the atmosphere at Camp Nou is just going to be a fantastic one. Anytime you have a stadium that holds 80,000 plus fans, it's just a fantastic atmosphere. I look forward to getting out there to see one of these games in the coming years. But yeah, other than that, I really can't see. I agree with both you guys on your takes on this. Anything else either one of you guys wants to add here?
I think I'm good. Nick covered me.
Nick covered you. Okay, guys. Thanks for doing this El Clasico game. I know that both of you guys are going to have a play up on this. For any of you guys watching, you head over to Sports Memo or head over to WagerTalk to find their plays, not only for this El Clasico game, but if you're watching this video over the course of the next couple days leading up to El Clasico, you can get any of their single soccer day packages, get $15 off using the code 15EPL. Again, that's 15 EPL, and you get 15 off the regular price of $25. That's pretty much it for the show, guys. Listen, thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the time. Hopefully the audio is pretty good throughout. There was just a little glitch where it was a little choppy, but other than that, I think it went pretty well. Best of luck to you guys on the weekend, and to you guys watching, leave us a comment on any other soccer shows or topics you want covered, and I appreciate you guys watching. Good luck to everyone out there. Thank you.